Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 12, Episode 2 of Tainted Grail, Red Death. We just wrapped up Round 1 with the setup, and we played round the first turn. Our heroes are on the Ramshackle Wharf after leaving the mist-covered sea. We've got Maggot, Bayor, and Ailey on the table. We've also just lost the all-aboard and we gained the fresh blood skill special item here, but we ended up losing all of our food, wealth, and magic in the process of landing in the Ramshackle Wharf. So we're going to start off with a new turn. We're going to read Chapter 1, Part 2, pull our random event out, and we get a dense mist. Each exploration causes an extra cost for our energy. Let me grab these tokens here as well. Let's jump right into the Chapter 2 card here. So we have Chapter 1, Part 2. Chapter 1, Part 2. It says Urban Foraging. Place this card on the top of the active quest pile. You're now in the city, a tiny speck among the ruins that stretch as far as your eye can see. Exploring this place might take weeks, and your gut already twists with hunger. If you are to survive, finding some way to resupply this ancient, sprawling metropolis is the most important task. Secure a source of food and gain the Urban Foraging Part 4 status. Finding a repeatable source of food won't be easy, but exploring the locations surrounding the port or any places with wild gardens is a good start. Okay, so that's our quest. We have to find a secure source of food. Let's check the Ramshackle Wharf. It says loot exotic wares, gain 1 magic. Okay, we can loot the Ramshackle Wharf. So let's jump into that. We will just grab these tokens here for our energy and our bonus. So we're already here in the Ramshackle Wharf from last time. We've got quest Chapter 1, Part 2. Let's go to 405. We'll read 405 from the book. It is the Ramshackle Wharf. Okay, it says the houses of this commercial wharf form a straight line, presenting their beautiful facades to the sea. But what once was the perfect wall of buildings now resembles a line of tired soldiers, some half collapsed, some leaning on each other. The signboards creak in the wind, advertising long-gone shipping companies, taverns, warehouses, and sailmakers' workshops. So our items here are: search the main street, check the warehouse at the back, look for fighting net, which requires urban foraging, signal your ships to come aboard and don't have the formulans, or leave the exploration. So, okay, let me just check this out. I think we have these charts here as well from the last gameplay. Oh, it's on the back of our sheets? Oh yeah, the back of the sheets have these. So we've got new statuses here. So they say we have to have the statuses called Fomorians. Chronicles of the Plague. Removed locations. So that's our statuses on the back there that we can track as we go along. Let's go ahead and decide where we're gonna go. Let's go to let's search the main street. If you have the Pix Part 1 status, go to verse 4, otherwise go to verse 7. So we get to verse 7. 7 says, you kick through the door to subsequent workshops just to find most of them are empty or ruined. You stop, startled, when the next door opens, and you catch a glimpse of green eyes under the thick hair of a blue-painted girl. She almost looked like the Picts, a barbarian tribe that defied Arthur and stayed in the homelands. if not for a disturbing red growth coming from the nape of her neck. It almost looks like the external lungs of an axolotl. She winces at the sight of you and starts fleeing through the rubble-strewn seats. Gain the Pix Part 1 status. Gain the Pix Part 1 status. So let's go ahead and mark that. This is our first status that we've gained in the new game. So the Pix Part 1. Pix Part 1 status. I'll just do it for everyone in case we split up later. Pix Part 1. And we shout out to her. Will this wild thing understand the language? Give chase. Ignore her and continue searching the street. Yeah, so let's ignore her and continue searching the street for now. Go back to verse 4. So verse 4, signboards hang on rusted chains, ghastly shop criers encouraging you to step in with creaking voices. Search through the wares. Go to verse 1. Let's pay... Let's go to verse 1. You rummage through the leftovers looking for something useful. If there are no time tokens on this location, you find nothing. Exploration ends. There are more than one time token on this. Okay, so instead of having the exploration, then let's just kind of... Let's go inspect the book. Let's go visit a ruined bookstore. We'll go visit the ruined bookstore. 18. It says, inside the small bookstore, at the end of the wharf, you see rows upon rows of tomes in moldy leather bindings. You open one and you're surprised to find that it was not handwritten, but rather pressed from a wooden printing plate. The handwritten vellum scrolls that were used in Avalon when you left are truly a step down from this miraculous technology. Peer over the books. So we can pay, 4 reduced by our caution. So I can reduce, this is 1. So we'll reduce the cost here. And then we can go to, it is 3, 7, 377. Let's go to 377. Let me see what we get here. 377. Unfortunately, the volumes prove pretty mundane. Long-winded tirades of Camlin's historians, collections of folk tales, and court poetry, impenetrable books of law. But at least you do manage to brush up on the Camlin dialect and the ancient written language used by its scholars. If you don't have the Lysiath status, so we get the Lysiath language. So the Lysiath status, we have it now. So now we can understand the language of Camlin from our studies. We've got a phrase book. Lysiath status, okay. Gain the Lysiath status. And we each gain 1 experience point. 1 experience point each. And we lose 1, but we don't have any terror right now. Okay. And then it looks like the exploration ends. So that's going to wrap it up for round number 2. We've just got the Ramshackle Wharf accomplished. Before we go, quick shout out to this channel's sponsor. As you guys know, we've got a bookstore down in the link. You can go check out our books like The Artificial Psychoanalysis of Desiring Machines. We've also got Alchemy and Anthroposophy and the Dune Saga. And Catu Journals Out of Lovecraft's Providence are collection of the 6 volumes of August Moldenhauer and Giuseppe Balsamo. We also will be featuring the Lovecraft Dreamland-inspired Alchemical Courtship Saga, Aim Aimless, Aim Vicious, Volume 1. Will be coming out this winter. We've also got Volume 2 on the way by the spring, Hope's Home and Hysteria's Heart. And finally, Stubborn Devotions in Ventings and Forgiving. You can see on the covers here, you've got Cellophase, you've got Dalathaline, and we've got Thrawn with the Temple of Hypnos. So go check those out in the bookstore. Helps to support the channel. We've also got a Patreon where you can keep abreast of things like our Tainted Grail gameplay, Song of Ice and Fire miniature painting. We have Joan of Arc, Cthulhu Wars. We just purchased the newest, we just got our newest Kickstarter for Cthulhu Death May Die, Fear of the Unknown. We'll be playing that. War of the Rings, Conan by Monolith, and lots of other things. So go check it out. We'll see you guys in round number 3. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.